Next up is our clean power field lens, number 7. This is boundaries as devotion, not punishment. And our last one, I teased boundaries. All right, now we're going to dive into it a little bit. Okay, I love boundaries. Boundaries, okay. Boundaries aren't a wall, they are a vow. I make a distinction between a vow and an oath. A vow is a commitment you make with yourself. An oath is a commitment you make with someone else. So boundaries are not a wall, they're a vow that you make to yourself. This is who and what I am. And you then communicate that with your environment. I have an entire video on this, go check it out. We're gonna dive in specifically how it relates to power right now. Okay, dirty boundaries punish. Cross this line, I will kill you. Very clear. The United States government does this all the time, actually. And so you're like, wow, that sounds very aggressive, Lightstone. Guess what? Your government does that. There are literal lines, and if you cross them, the government will shoot and kill you. Wow, like it's pretty intense. Here's another way of looking at that, though. Your body has that line. Hey, virus, bacteria, microphage, cross this line, and I will kill you. If you cause harm, if you're here just chilling, everything's great. So I'm wearing my ion layer right now. So it's got NAD and glutamine. I have a prescription for this. There's also a link in my bio if you want. I think it's like 20% off. There is literally, it is putting peptides inside of my body. So it's not a wall, actually. It is a vow to myself. I am only allowing positive things inside of my environment. Negative things like Ebola, my body's going to try and fight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to defeat Ebola if I, get exposed to the Ebola virus. So I'm going to have another boundary of if someone has Ebola, I'm not going to go near them. I'm going to live my life and I'm not going to be exposed to negative things. Like picking up flashbangs. I would never do that. That sounds very dangerous. So clean boundaries protect what matters most and keeps the relationships intact. I'm kind of going into this. Let's talk about now interpersonal. Someone says something that you don't like. Okay, how can you have a clean boundary but keep the relationship intact? That's very important. A clean boundary has clarity, consequences, and kindness. There's no rage theater needed. So very quickly, step 1, and there's a whole video on this. Step 1, know your boundary, know your vow to yourself. Who am I? What am I? What am I not going to tolerate? I don't like people yelling at me. And I've had young women and young men who I have had to push away out of my lives because nobody taught them to not yell at their friends. Boggles my mind, okay? Boggles my mind. I have a rule, don't yell at me. I'm not gonna yell at you, don't yell at me. If you yell at me enough times, usually my number is 5 times over the course of like a month, bro, we're not friends anymore. No, that's crazy. No, you need to go to therapy and not with me. Go someplace else, okay? Because that's number 2, communicate your boundaries. You yell at me 5 times in a month, I'm not gonna be friends with you, okay? Third thing here, enforce the boundary. When you call me on the phone, I'm not going to pick up. When you text me and act passive aggressively after yelling at me, I'm not going to respond. Clean boundaries. I don't need to punish. I don't need to lash out. I don't need to be weird about it. I don't need to get any energy. No, that's a boundary. Because I have another vow to myself around energy that I'm not going to leak out energy to people that don't deserve my time and energy. That is another boundary. So field tell, how can you tell if there's a clean boundary or a dirty boundary? Okay, dirty boundary. This is like Animaniacs. For the millennials out there, good idea, bad idea. I love Animaniacs, it's so good. All right, dirty boundary. You're bad, so I'm punishing you. Bad idea. Anyone who watched Animaniacs, please say something in the comment section. I'm aging myself here at 40. Okay. I don't know. I will like tangent on cartoons if I'm not careful. Okay. Clean boundary. This is what keeps us safe. Okay. Clean boundary. I'm not going to allow people to yell at me. Why? 2 reasons. 1, I don't like it. Reason number 2, you sure as shit don't want me to yell at you, okay? I am 210 pounds and I am much scarier than you. I promise you. I promise you. I'm much scarier than you are. You don't want me to yell at you. This is also for your safety, right? Clean boundary. Okay, experiment. Write one boundary in this format. When X happens, I will Y because I protect Z. Okay. So when, I'm just gonna use the yelling example. When X happens, when someone yells at me, I will say, don't do that again, or I'm not going to talk to you for a week, because I protect my internal sanctity of self and I don't want to yell back. Very easy, right? Clear. So I help people build this boundary language so they can keep their relationships with themselves and others intact and safe and healthy. It's a huge part of the Stone Protocol. Boundaries are so, so important. If you are curious, you want to learn more, we have videos on it, and I literally do this in my one-on-one and group coaching. So DM me for more information.